Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And as you can see, this is another book review. So I read almost a month ago now, but it's still clear in my head. Save the Date by Alison Rashkin. It is a debut book by this author. It is a uh, contemporary fun, contemporary romance. And so it's kind of, I would say it's kind of like high concept idea. So the idea behind it all. Okay, I just want to double check something. So the idea, like the basis of the book is that Emma, in the beginning of the book, or actually before the book starts, well, yeah, like a few days before the book starts, she's happy. She has a job, she has a fiance, a great place to live, everything's great. And then one day her fiance says, I don't want to do this anymore. He just breaks up with her without really giving a reason why. He just says he doesn't want to anymore. He's kind of brief about it and he says that, and then he goes away because he can't see her anymore. And he says he's been thinking about this for months, but he doesn't want to anymore. So Emma is left brokenhearted, confused, like what happened. They were so happy, and also she has a wedding that's more or less finished, planned. That like she has no groom, like she has to cancel all these big things for the wedding because the wedding it's just half a year away. So it's not like the wedding is a long time away, it's a half a year away. Things are planned, things are fixed. So in the very beginning, it's just her at her parents' house, just grieving. It's like, what am I going to do? Why did it happen to me? What's going on? And yeah, also, I forgot to say this. She also works as a therapist as a couples therapist. And she also has a YouTube vlog where she talks about couples therapy. She has had her fiance sometimes in her videos. She, yeah, she's very much like focused. Her life is focused around couples. So now her one being single and two, yeah. So she also has a book that she's writing about how to be a happy couple. So everything of this is kind of gone away because she's single, she's not a happy couple anymore, and can't you tell other people how to be happy when she's not happy herself? Hmm. So after a few pages crying, she gets this idea that instead of calling everything off, calling the wedding off, she decides to try to get another groom. She wants to try to date to find someone that will marry her in half a year, in like uh with all the things that have already been arranged. So it won't be a new wedding, it will be the same location, same catering, etc., etc., etc. So high concept, like why would you not just cancel the wedding? But I suppose you could kind of understand it. And actually, in the beginning of the book, they did it on audiobook. I don't really think that matters. But in the beginning of the book, you have actually the afterword before in the beginning of the book. And the author talks about how this is actually based on her real life. In real life, the author was left, not at the altar, but like half a year before she's going to get married. And of course, she was grieving her fiance and her husband to be, but she was also grieving being in a couple. She kind of liked being coupled up. She didn't want to be single again. She didn't want to not have someone. Like she was going towards being married. And yeah, so Emma in this book, she ends up trying dating and trying to find someone who will marry her within half a year. And you might think this is crazy, but it's also kind of like a commentary on modern relationships because Emma and her fiance had been together for years, and then suddenly something didn't work out for him anymore. And you would think that after being together for years, you would know each other enough to know that this was gonna go the right way. That you would, I mean, yeah, people get divorced, yes, but like that's kind of you you meet, you date, you live together, and then you're married, and then after some years you might get divorced. Here, someone, even if they hadn't, like they'd been together for years before they went before they engaged, and still it didn't go the way they wanted to or that it's supposed to. So it's also kind of like a look at modern relationship, how like when can you trust someone to be themselves, to not let you down, to be loyal, whatnot, stuff like that. And yeah, it's a fun rom com. It's actually goes on different dates. In the beginning, she ends up going on some dates with her exes, but then I mean, ex is ex for a reason. And then she meets this guy who seems perfect, but he doesn't really believe in marriage. And yeah, it's just a very very good book. It is kind of interesting though, because for me, like I've been reading so many romances this last 5 6 years, I want to say now. And I feel like a lot of modern romance books are dual point of views. Like they have the both love interests have a point of view. Here, that doesn't happen. But I suppose in a way because she's dating lots of different guys, you don't really know who she'll end up with before the end of the book because it's a romance. So you know she'll end up with someone, but you don't really know who. So I can kind of understand there not being several point of views, but it's still kind of different, to kind of unfamiliar to just have one point of view. But like sometimes you also see how her working life happens, and so there's different things you follow. Follow her family as well, and yeah, yeah, it's a great book, I would say. I've had it. I don't know, had my TBR, had it on my l- curious about list all year because I've had it on like I googled books coming out 2026. Oh, sorry, 2025, and this was on like anticipated list and whatnot. And yeah, so I want to found it on my audiobook app. I like, clicked yes, I'll listen to it. And yeah, I would say definitely check it out. For me, is it a absolute new favorite of all time? No. But I would say maybe it's a new favorite book of like I would say it's one of my favorite books of this year at least. If Alison Rashkin is gonna write more books, yeah, definitely will check that out. And yeah, I will recommend this book to people who want that kind of books out there for them right now. If you want a historical, if you want a contemporary romance, that kind of makes you think, I would say, check out this book. Save the Date by Alison Rashkin.